On the way back to the Stilt house, Ford said to Tomlinson, "He didn't stutter. Not once. Before this weekend, Jeff couldn't put 5 words together. Now, he doesn't stutter." Tomlinson was nodding, gliding along beside him. "The man definitely seemed different. He even moves differently. I can't put my finger on it. To me, he seems very aware, very in tune. Plus, he could have been real drunk. Hard to tell with Jeff. In tune like a zombie. That's the way he seemed to me. Acting strange. Something happened to him." "Saw the green flash, man. An awakening. Hey," Tomlinson stopped walking for a moment. "What the hell's the green flash, anyway?" "You've never heard of it?" "If I did, it's lost now. Maybe I did, I can't be sure. It just sounds so neat. Green flash. And the way Jet described it, like a giant flash bulb. I want to see it, man. I'm going to start looking." "Don't get your hopes up. It has something to do with the distance sunlight travels at the Earth's horizon. The light travels farther, something like that. The distance bends and separates the light, makes the sun seem visible after it's already sunk below the horizon. If conditions are just right, the yellow of the sun mixes with the blue of the sea, and it's like a chemical reaction. Volatile. Like an explosion. A great flash of green. But the atmosphere has to be perfectly clear. I've seen it other places in the world, but only twice in Florida. Once at sunrise, once at sunset. And that was years ago, before all the cars. With the monoxide fumes, you don't see it." "You're telling me it needs a pure canvas?" "Well, in a way, yeah." "Oh, this is great. I have heard of it. Only I thought I dreamed it. The perfect metaphor. Nature's litmus test. Tells you when she's healthy by flashing you the green light. All systems go. Man, my mind. My mind. Could use a good scrubbing. No, it's like getting to live everything twice. Sometimes 3, 4 times. Uh-huh. That's what happened to Jet. He saw the great sign, the green flash, and it's changed his life." "Well, I don't think he stopped stuttering because he saw a pretty sunset, or because he heard an owl call, or any of that kind of stuff. Something's happened to him, and I just hope to hell it has nothing to do with Rios." Tomlinson started to say something, but then he touched Ford's shoulder. "Hey, is your skiff caught under the dock or something?" Ford could see the boat in the moonlight, the bow straining upward, the stern sitting way too low. He took off, running. The whole back deck was nearly under water, the engine riding barely above it. He grabbed an empty bucket and began to bail, leaning over from the dock because he knew his weight on the boat would probably be enough to roll it. "You got some kind of pump running in there, hear it?" "Probably the bilge pump, but it's not pumping water." Tomlinson was leaning over the boat, fishing his hands into compartments. He said, "You left the bait pump running, Doc. That's what happened. You got the kind of bait pump that brings in raw water from outside?" "I didn't leave the bait pump running. I've never done that." Ford was still bailing, starting to make a little progress. "Yep, that's what happened. The overflow scupper got plugged." Tomlinson was holding up a plastic bag, a used ice bag, which he placed on the deck. "Sucked this thing right up it. That's what happened. Here." He leaned over with his long arm and hit a toggle switch on the boat's console, and the humming of the pump stopped. "Now your boat's not sinking anymore. You've got to be more careful, Doc." Still bailing and beginning to sweat in the night heat, Ford said again, "I didn't leave the bait pump running," meaning that someone had tried to sink his boat.